Hello, Westview families. Since the start of this school year, we have been in a 4-day in-person model with our virtual students getting more instruction on those 4 days also, and then a different schedule on Wednesdays in which all students are virtual and getting a different type of education. And I thought it would be a good time to tell you what is it our teachers are doing during that time that makes it so important for us to get through this school year and the strangeness of virtual learning and flipping back and forth and having students who are quarantined at home and need to learn, and help you understand what it is that they need to accomplish and how important this time is for them. During our Wednesday time, a significant amount of time is spent by our grade level teams planning the instruction for each subject area. That includes our virtual teachers. And then with that instruction, now that we have kids who are quarantined or we have virtual teachers, we have to make sure that the units that are being planned can be provided through a virtual setting. So besides planning for in-person, they're also planning of how to provide this curriculum through a virtual setting.
Teaching about text structures this week. We'll just be continuing going down that list of 5, right? Mm-hmm. This week I'm just doing like a really brief overview of all 5 of them, and then we're going to dive more deeply into each one until we get to Christmas, I think. Isn't that kind of what we discussed last week, that this would take a couple of weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Should we just list all of them here, and then as we
can. So this week I'm only doing cause and effect for this week. So I think I'm taking them week by week. Mm-hmm. But is that what you were doing? You were still doing an overview for 1 week and then taking each one of them week by week?
It does, yeah. I used a couple today or yesterday that a couple books or a couple articles that were opinion articles or persuasive articles, but also had main idea in detail. So
yeah,
it's a nice transition. Unless you guys had another thought that you wanted to.
No, I like that idea. I think point of view would fit in that as well. Looking at, along with the author's purpose, I think that always pairs well, doing the author's point of view, which would then tie into their opinion. Yeah. So let's move in, Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good.
So right. Would we put in like persuasive writing pieces or persuasive, text?
It's author's purpose, and then persuasive
articles,
stories. Persuasive text, maybe.
Yeah.
There are certain mentor texts that anybody has in mind that you've used in the past?
We've used I Want a New Room and I Want an Iguana. I don't remember the author, but
teachers also use this time to meet virtually or on the phone with parents, and also they're meeting with students. Some of that time with students is developing relationships and gives the students a chance to share part of their home with the teacher, which builds a stronger connection between them.
Nothing is different. Yeah, that's a great question. Great question.
Okay. Yeah, so that's why I wanted us to check in and make sure what extras might be, because it just I wasn't sure.
Right. I'm glad you checked in. I was actually thinking of calling you.
Okay. That's awesome. Super cool. Are you needing? No. Okay. That's awesome. I love it. It's just you and me right now. Hopefully somebody else comes and joins us. Oh, here comes someone else. Awesome. So, yep, hide them for now so that we can do show and share when.
Oh, turn that smile the right way. Yes. I would love that. Of course you can jump. Yes, you should be on Schoology.
So you helped your sister make that?
Yeah. She did all the tape and I did the rest.
And what did you make it for? What kind of game?
Well, she has to do this game for school. So she decided to do Candyland. So
And of course, there's always instruction and support being given to our students.
All right, so who can help me out? What is our first factor pair? Ethan. Oh, couldn't hear you, buddy. Good job. 1 times 24. All right, after 1, we go on to 2.
20. We're looking for 28 in the 7s multiples. 7, 14, 21, 28. How many do you have?
What time you're gonna get your work done? Maybe you should plan that out. Just because I know you might get carried away with playing with your cousins, right? So I would plan what time you're...
On Wednesdays, we also meet as an entire staff to address issues and questions regarding building needs, instructional needs, and needs of our students as a whole. During our staff meetings, we also embed professional development. So far this year, our focus has been on racism, microaggression, and hidden biases. Besides, when teachers meet together to plan the curriculum, they also need to have time on their own to prepare copies, correct items online, convert things into online resources. So if kids are quarantined, or if we would flip into virtual, or if you're a virtual teacher, you may be recording lessons.
I appreciate the Wednesday times that are given to the teachers, especially for me personally. I do a lot of creating my own seesaw assignments that I push out to my kids, not just in school, but also virtually when we switch virtually. I do a lot of my prepping of my copying and pulling units together. Our team divides up our curriculum, and I'm responsible for the reading portion of the curriculum. So a lot of my time on Wednesdays, besides meeting with my kids on Zoom, if they have questions, is prepping
on Wednesdays,
for
one thing that I get to do is record virtual instruction for our virtual only students and our students that are at home in quarantine. I do a 30-minute video 2 times a week that I share with the virtual kids, and then they also have some sort of a seesaw assignment that goes with it. So on Wednesdays, I'm able to create those videos, create the seesaw assignments, and I get to listen to all the seesaw assignments and communicate with the kids that way. My schedule when we have students in the building is pretty crazy, so it's not something I get time to do, and Wednesdays is wonderful to get that done.
On Wednesdays, I'm able to get assignments uploaded on Schoology for the students who are virtual. This is very time consuming. Everything needs to be explained and outlined in Schoology, and then the assignments need to be uploaded through Kami and then into Schoology. Also, it provides me time to correct those assignments when they submit them in Schoology, as well as communicate through Zoom with the kids who are virtual.
At the end of the day, on Wednesdays, we meet again in our collaborative teams, grade level and subject area. And our focus this year is on assessment and math. We have a new math program, so teachers are getting to know that and learning about that before each mission or unit. And then we're also developing assessments to match the essential learning outcomes that we have identified for each subject area. I hope this video has given you a better understanding of what teachers do on these Wednesdays and why it is so important for them to have this time right now, since our school year is so different than it normally is. During the regular school day, they don't have as much time because they're with students pretty much all day in their classrooms. And the little time they do have gets cut short with things that come up. So please, if you have questions or if you need anything for your child, reach out to your child's teacher or myself, and we're happy to assist you. As I tell the students every day in my videos, have a great day, and remember, it's a great day to be a Hillman.